So Emily, you are the driving force behind our community efforts, and you drove the entire event. If people now are done watching the keynote here, what are they supposed to do next?
Well, they can go to the website and see all the content that we created, everything we were talking about, what we posted. So that's one thing, really easy to get an overview of what we're doing. The other thing that we'd love them to do is just reach out to us directly. So we have an email address, oaengage_us@oracle.com. They can also connect with us online at Cloud Customer Connect, and anybody can get there, right? So that's not a closed community, it's an open community. So we'd love to hear people there. And then, of course, the next thing is Open World in September in San Francisco. So we'd love to see people there.
That's great. 3 things. We want to make sure you go to the website. All the details of everything we announced is available there. Connect with us on LinkedIn, email. Got many ways to do this. This is just the start. And then finally, register for Open World, and we'll see you there. Let's watch the keynote. Join me in welcoming to the stage Senior Vice President of Data Analytics, T.K. Anand.
Thank you for joining us at this incredible location where we will be talking about our shared vision for analytics. The force is certainly strong with us. All of my professional life, I've been a data guy. And I can trace the roots of this back to the mid-90s when I was in college studying computer science. And there was this one professor who made a deep and profound impact on me and some of my co-students. He was a really young guy, barely 5 or 6 years older than me. He had just graduated from grad school with a PhD. He taught us the Introduction to Database Systems course. And he inspired this deep sense of curiosity and passion for data and database systems. I knew right then and there I was hooked, and that's when my love affair with data began. And it continues to this day. Unlike many of you here, I'm not a veteran of Oracle or the Oracle ecosystem. I started at this company exactly a year back. When people ask me, why did you join? My answer is very simple. Oracle is the birthplace of data. The most mission-critical systems on this planet run on the Oracle database. Some of the most valuable data on this planet is born in the Oracle database. It's only natural that our customers look to us to help make sense of all of this data. I still remember the first time I visited the Oracle headquarters. I was driving down Highway 101, took the exit, and made my way towards the main campus. And the sight of those magnificent, towering, database-shaped buildings, that was a truly inspirational moment for me. Over the past year, I've talked extensively to our customers and partners. Many of you are here. What I've learned in the process is we have a lot of shared accomplishments that we can all celebrate. At the same time, there have been instances where Oracle hasn't always lived up to your expectations. Over the past few years, during our transition to the cloud, we've inflicted a lot of change upon you, our community. We haven't always listened to your feedback and acted upon it. And we haven't been transparent with you in terms of where we're going. My message to you is, today is a new beginning for Oracle Analytics. I want to wipe the slate clean and start a new relationship with you, the Oracle community, a relationship that is built on transparency, partnership, and trust. I hope you will experience this as the day progresses, and I look forward to engaging with you in the days, weeks, and months to come. The analytics opportunity. Everyone here has a tremendous responsibility and opportunity to make analytics truly pervasive in our organizations and achieve the goal of 100% data literacy. how are we going to do this? We live in a world where data is all around us, and it's growing at a tremendous pace. Data is coming at us from line of business systems, social media, devices, sensors, web services, and more. Our ability to synthesize all of this data and turn it into actionable insight for the right individual at the right time and in the right context, that represents the true opportunity. With the advent of cloud computing, we now have the ability to store all of this data at scale at very low cost. And the cloud gives us unlimited compute capacity to be able to process all of this data. With AI going mainstream, we now have sophisticated algorithms at our disposal to be able to crunch through all of this data with little human intervention and extract insights, even predict the future. This confluence of data, cloud computing, and AI is going to drive the next wave of innovation in business analytics. Today, we introduce a new vision for analytics, one that is anchored by 3 tenets: augmented, integrated, and collaborative. We believe that every aspect of the production and consumption of data insights will be augmented by the power of advanced technologies like AI, machine learning, natural language processing, and more. This will result in a dramatic reduction in the human effort involved, and that will end up putting analytics directly in the hands of the business end user. That's how we will get closer to our goal of 100% data literacy. We believe that analytics needs to be deeply integrated into our users' everyday work experiences. These include mobile devices, productivity and collaboration tools, line of business applications, and more. Analytics also needs to be open and integrated with all of our systems of record. We know that every organization has its systems of record spread across on-premises private cloud environments, public clouds spread across multiple cloud providers. Analytics platforms of the future need to be able to integrate across all of these silos and boundaries. Finally, analytics needs to foster collaboration among all of our users. No individual works with data or experiences insights in isolation. Moreover, this collaboration needs to span all of our lines of business and IT. We can no longer accept a world where IT and business have diverse sets of BI tools that are disconnected from each other. Inspired by this vision, I'm excited to introduce to you the new Oracle Analytics. We have listened to you and your feedback, and based on that, we have dramatically simplified our product offerings under one singular brand, Oracle Analytics. Oracle Analytics consists of 3 core product offerings: the Oracle Analytics Cloud, Oracle Analytics Server, and Oracle Analytics for Applications. Let's dive into each of these. The Oracle Analytics Cloud is our flagship. It is a complete and comprehensive analytics platform that addresses the needs of business users, developers, and IT professionals. It brings the worlds of centralized or governed analytics, self-service analytics, and augmented analytics together into a fluid, integrated experience. The true power of this platform is that it enables integration and collaboration between these different sets of users and use cases. In the area of augmented analytics, we're truly leading the way. To give you just one example, the natural language query capability in the Oracle Analytics supports a multitude of endpoints. Slack, Microsoft Teams, SMS, Facebook Messenger, Alexa, and more. And moreover, it supports a staggering 28 different languages across the globe. Oracle Analytics Cloud is a truly open platform that supports universal connectivity to data wherever it lives. Whether it is an Oracle database or a third-party database that lives on premises, whether it is an Oracle application or a third-party application, whether it is data that lives in the Oracle cloud or a third-party cloud. We want to get at data wherever it lives, and we're continuously adding support for more and more data sources. All of this amazing innovation that you just saw in the Oracle Analytics Cloud, we're working to put it together and make it available in a server product that you can deploy on premises in a private cloud environment. Our goal with the Oracle Analytics Server is, once we put out the initial release later this year, put out a new release once every new year going forward. We want to enable you, our customers, to move to the cloud on your own terms. We realize that not every customer and every analytics solution can move to the cloud this instant. We want to make you feel comfortable that once you deploy your solutions using the Oracle Analytics Server, you can move to the cloud when you want and how you want. Whether you want to do a lift and shift of your entire solution to the cloud, or deploy a hybrid configuration where some of your assets stay on premises and some move to the cloud, the Oracle Analytics Server will help you do that. And most importantly, every single OBIEE customer is automatically licensed for the Oracle Analytics Server. No new product to purchase, no new contract to sign, you already own it. Oracle Analytics for Applications. This is a really unique product, unlike anything out there in the industry. It is a complete end-to-end analytics solution consisting of a fully managed, lights-out data pipeline, a managed data warehouse, along with semantic models, reports, dashboards, all ready to use. This solution will initially target the Oracle SaaS applications, starting with Fusion, ERP, and HCM, and we'll add support for more and more applications as we go forward. Here's how it works. When you acquire Oracle Analytics for Fusion ERP and turn it on, the system will connect to your ERP instance and extract all of that data, transform it, and land it in a star schema inside the autonomous data warehouse. Moreover, we will stand up a highly curated semantic model, complete with rich semantics like hierarchies, KPIs, measures, and more. And we'll provide you with rich set of out-of-box reports and dashboards that your users can start using right away. This is a SaaS solution. The effort required for you, the customer, is minimal, and you can get started with using it. Now we know that many customers will want to extend and customize this solution. You'll want to bring your own data that lives in some on-premises system or a custom application that you might have. You might want to customize the data model. You might want to build your own reports and dashboards. And that's all okay, because this solution is built on two core platform technologies, the Autonomous Data Warehouse and Oracle Analytics Cloud. Using these two platform technologies, you can extend and customize the solution as you choose. When you look at analytics solutions out there in the market, they largely fall into two categories. You've got analytics platforms that give you a lot of power and flexibility to build solutions from the ground up, but there you need to do all of the hard work. You need to build the solution from scratch. And then when you look at analytics solutions that are packaged within line of business SaaS applications, they're turnkey. They get you going instantly, but they don't always give you the ability to extend and customize. So this solution with Oracle Analytics for Applications gives you the best of both worlds, SaaS and PaaS. With that, let's see the product in action. I'd like to welcome 16-year Oracle veteran Jacques Vigeant to the stage.
Don't you hate it when you're busy doing something really important and work just keeps getting in the way? Well, fortunately for us, Oracle, while we're busy catching up on the latest YouTube video, is keeping an eye on the business for us. And here we can see that one of our smart measures is reaching out to us through Slack and is telling us that maybe there's something going on with revenue and is predicting a decline. So let's go ahead and dig in here on Slack to take a look at what might be going on. So you can see that the Oracle Analytic chatbot here actually did a couple of things. Of course, it gave me a visualization showing a trend of what's going on. But more importantly, or what's more notable here, is that it's actually providing natural language description along with the visual to help me synthesize what's going on. So here you can see that looking at sales, it detected that we have a steady increase, so we're good. But if you look at the forecast, we're actually starting to see a decline or predicting a decline, which is key here. So as a curious person, I'm going to go ahead here, click on the alert, which hopefully will take me to the dashboard. Here we go. And you can see here the smart measure, which is giving me the information regarding the prediction and trend. But what's interesting here is you see that as I was surfing around on my dashboard, even though I've looked at this dashboard before, the smart data suggestion is telling me, hey, you should probably consider this data, this new data that I found that should be related or useful in this instance.
How did that happen? How does the system know what data you might be interested in, or even what is the set of all data sets that are available to you that you even have access to?
Yeah, the smart data prep and smart data suggestion engine is always running behind the scenes and assessing what you're looking at. And here I was looking at revenue. I have products, product IDs, warehouses, IDs, and it's detected, hey, we have inventory data here from the ADW and product information maybe from the Fusion SaaS source and order information as well. You might want to consider mashing that up with your dashboard and really enrich your analysis. So for the sake of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and click on inventory data, product data, and just with a couple of clicks, you can see here on the measure pane here, the list of analytics or measures are already available for me to sort of explore. But the real thing I want to explore right now is what's going on with my trend, right? What can I do to sort of hopefully identify why it's predicting a decline in sales? And that's when I'm going to turn to the augmented capability that we call Explain. So rather than hunting and pecking ad nauseum through all the dimensions and measures and trying to figure out what's going on and hopefully coming across accidentally maybe something meaningful, we have this Explain feature that lets you just click on what you're interested in, forecast in this instance, and then invoke and explain, which does a couple of things. Here it's showing us basic facts about the forecast, which is interesting, gives you high-level information regarding data distribution. But what's more interesting to me is the fact that the system is also identifying key drivers for me. So it's looked at all the dimensionality behind the scenes and told me that really, channel, country, and product line are what I should start with.
Now, how does that work? I imagine there's some sort of algorithm that runs behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's a few things that we actually do behind the scenes to prepare this. The first, as we saw in the basic facts, we do some clustering and some data distribution algorithms to help you get a high-level sense of how your data is spread across the different dimensionality. We also do some classifications to help you find hidden groups of data within the measures and the dimensions. Also find correlations between the dimensionality. And in some instances, depending on what you're clicking on, we'll also do some decision trees to help you spot anomalies in the data. But for the sake of this analysis, I'm just going to go ahead and start an exploration on these 3 specific dimensions that it identified as key. So I'm going to go ahead here and add that to my dashboard. And just like that, now we can see that I've got a canvas ready for deep exploration. Now, a few minutes ago, we added inventory to this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and drag inventory onto my map to see how inventory compares in terms of related to sales, if you will. So just with a couple of clicks, I can now see how I'm performing, where there's availability of inventory. Overall, we see everything's pretty green, a couple of yellow things, and then one sort of freaky red thing in Germany. But let's take a look here specifically at the product level. And lasers are looking good too. But maybe something's going on with action figures. And sure enough, when you click on action figures, we can see that something over here in France, there's clearly some sort of inventory shortfall in France. But the good news is that there's plenty of green around France. You look in Spain, Italy, and in the UK, there seems to be plenty of inventory available. So in order to solve this problem, at least in the short term, why don't I just contact somebody in the London office or in the UK who can maybe reallocate some stock for me? So the way I'm going to do that, pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go ahead and click on my visualization and then initiate a Slack message with this person. And so I'm going to reach out to Sarah Bennett in this instance and ask her if I can reallocate some of her inventory to the French region. So I'm going to go ahead and hit post here. And just like that, I'm back in Slack here, and Sarah got notified that I needed approval. Attached with the notification was the analytic so that she could click on it and maybe go look at the problem herself. And it looks like she's replying right now. And generally, she thinks it's going to be okay. But just before, she pulls the trigger on this thing, she has a follow-up question, right? And she'd like to know, what's my sort of demand going to be going to be like in the next 3 months? And so, without ever leaving Slack here, I can actually invoke the Oracle Analytics chatbot and more or less invite it to the conversation here and ask OAC to show us the sales and inventory forecast for London in the next 3 months.
So that's not just static content from OAC that's showing up in Slack. You're actually connected live to the OAC instance.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about the holy grail of analytics is to ultimately not do charts and graphs, but to help people make better decisions, right? And if they happen to be in Slack when they're making decisions, why not push the information out to the user and not force the user to go back? And right here, we're seeing how our natural language processing capabilities can sort of look through the Slack channel, but we also support a multitude of other channels like SMS, Microsoft Teams, WhatsApp, Skype for Business, and on and on and on.
Cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and let the chatbot do its work here. And just like that, it's produced an analytic that's letting Sarah know that generally the demand looks fine for London. So she hopefully will approve this. And there we go. So now I'm good to go. All I need to do now is maybe invoke, or definitely invoke, the inventory transfer. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the home page.
That looks like a new user experience. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, we've heard from our customers, simplify, simplify, simplify. And in this upcoming release, we're releasing a new unified homepage that consolidates all the different types of analytics, whether it's pixel perfect reporting, data flows, data visualization, or reports and dashboards that are created for you by IT. It's all in one sort of unified homepage. You can search, you can organize, add to favorites, do all of it in just this one place, this one-stop shop, if you will.
That's great.
But we went beyond that. It's not just the homepage. We've also worked at unifying how the products look across the board. So you can see here that I'm in one of our traditional dashboards that was prepared for us by IT, and it has a unified look with the rest of Oracle Analytic Cloud and Oracle Analytics Server, if you will. Now, if we go back to my story, what I wanted to do is reallocate some stock from London to Paris, hopefully. And so all I need to do is come to this dashboard, and I can right-click on any of these meaningful elements. And in this instance, I want to transfer some inventory. So I want to transfer from the London warehouse 15,000 units, and I'm going to go ahead and hit execute here. And that takes me to the supply chain inventory transfer page. And it's taken my context from OAC, including action figures, which was the products, the quantity. It's logged me in, by the way, and made sure it's provided all the security information that the app requires. And now all I need to do is give it a destination warehouse. I'm going to go ahead and hit Paris here, and then hit submit. And then just like that, now the inventory transfer has been invoked, if you will. Mm-hmm. But the problem isn't really solved until it reaches Paris. And if you're like me, you're moving from city to city, or from office to office, or even just meeting to meeting, and you're not tethered to your desk all the time. And so one of the things we try to do is provide some continuity between the desktop, hopefully this will connect, between the desktop and the mobile device, whether it's a tablet or a phone, it doesn't matter. And so I'm going to go ahead and fire up the Oracle Analytic app and show you how somebody like me might want to sort of keep track of this from day to day. And so the first thing you see when you fire up the app is what we call the recommended smart feed, which is a list of analytics that the system has determined might be meaningful to me based on what's going on in my day, but also what's going on in the community, my peers at work. Maybe it's something my boss wants me to see, or maybe it's a message I got like this one from a coworker about, profitability over time. So that's great. And also you can see that it's aware of all the searches I've been doing on the desktop. But we also have a feed that's really targeted at me specifically. What am I keeping track of? What's important to me right now? And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to keep track of this inventory in France right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to this feed simply by asking a question. Quel est le niveau de stock par produit et ville en France? So just like that, using my voice, I can ask a question, and then the system brought back a couple of visualizations to help me keep track of that. I can click on it, add it to my favorites or my feed, if you will, and now every day until I get the notification that we received the 15,000, I can keep an eye on what's going on.
So how does that work? So you expressed your question in French, but I noticed from the earlier part of the demo, the data, the metadata, and the semantic model, all of that stuff was in English. So how does it translate back and forth between these language boundaries?
Yeah, there's several things at play that the natural language processing engine does. The first thing is it looks at your question and then scours throughout all the data sets that we have to try to identify which one of these dozens or hundreds of data sets is most likely to have the answer to your question. And then once we identify that, we compare it to the terms that you have and then produce a query. Now, in this instance, I asked a question in French. My data was in English, my semantic layer was in English, so it had to turn to what we call synonyms. So we use synonyms for not only just different languages, but for example, some people called revenue is income, is sales. Different people call things differently, but at the end of the day, it's pointing at the same data. So fortunately, our synonyms infrastructure supports multiple languages, 28 to be precise. And so that's how we can relate a French question to an English data set and get you going.
Well, that's awesome. Well, merci beaucoup. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacques Véjean. Earlier today, I talked to you about starting a new relationship with you, our community. Here is our commitment to you. It revolves around 3 core principles: simplicity, transparency, and trust. We've already shown you how we're simplifying our product offerings under the Oracle Analytics brand. You've also seen from Jacques' demo how we're simplifying our user experiences, starting with the simplified homepage. And we're only getting started there. Today, I'm excited to announce the new simplified pricing for Oracle Analytics Cloud. Going forward, we will have just 2 editions for the Oracle Analytics Cloud, Professional and Enterprise. Professional targets business users and departmental use cases. Enterprise targets developers, IT professionals, and enterprise use cases, something that Oracle and Oracle Analytics has always been known for. That's all you need to know about pricing. I mean, truly, this is it. You don't need to take your user population, segment it across data analysts, data scientists, explorers, end users, and start counting them. A user is a user to us, regardless of how they use the product. If you're using enterprise, there is no restriction on the number of users that you can support. That's it. We want to be transparent with you, our community, in terms of where we're going over the next 6 to 12 months. With that in mind, we've already put out a public roadmap for the Oracle Analytics Cloud. It's on our website. You can check it out today. We're also going to release this new capability called the Idea Lab. This is a place where you, our community, can share your ideas with us. How would you like us to improve the product? You can vote on each other's ideas, and we, the product team, will take the top voted ideas and incorporate them into our product roadmap. Oracle Analytics Server will be generally available at the end of this year in Q4. And after that, we will put out annual updates going forward. Oracle Analytics for Applications will be available in Q4 of this year, starting with support for Fusion ERP. 3 months later, in Q1 of next year, we'll add support for HCM. But we're only getting started. We will be putting out quarterly releases where we continually improve the support for the applications that are already released. And we'll keep adding support for newer and newer applications, supply chain, CRM, NetSuite, and more. We know that when you, our customers, adopt the Oracle Cloud, you're placing your trust in us to operate your critical systems and protect your data. We take this responsibility very seriously. We're continually investing in improving the robustness, resiliency, and reliability of our cloud services. We're investing in systems that will automatically alert us when issues pop up, even before they affect you, our customer. We're investing in auto-remediation capabilities that will dramatically reduce the amount of time it takes to recover from an incident. We want to offer you, our customers, a world-class customer support experience. With that in mind, we've doubled the number of engineers working on customer support and customer success for Oracle Analytics. For certain classes of service requests, we've cut down resolution times by almost 10x. Security and compliance are of the utmost importance. We've put together a dedicated team and practices in place to ensure the strictest criteria for security and compliance for cloud releases going forward. It has been my honor and privilege to stand up here and talk to you about Oracle Analytics and where we're going. I hope you will agree this is, in fact, a new beginning for all of us. I look forward to continuing this dialogue with you. Thank you.